Welcome to the Charting Courses Podcast, a show brought to you by the team at Ventura MedStaff, dedicated to helping traveling medical professionals navigate the world of travel healthcare. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm Luke.
And I'm Brittany.
And we want to officially say hello to winter. It's gotten pretty cold here in Nebraska, and so Brittany talked to our directors of nursing client management and therapy to learn where travelers should head this winter.
Yeah, I would say winter can be more divisive than any other season. Do you like snow? The answer to that question will have the biggest impact on where you take your next assignment.
Well, let's start with those who would rather not be in the cold for the next 13 weeks. Where did our directors say they should go?
Across the board for our nursing, therapy, or allied health travelers, if you want to be warm for winter, our directors recommended Arizona, California, and Texas. These states are going to be great for escaping the cold, but travelers should keep in mind that these are very popular destinations this time of year. That means the competition for the assignments will be high.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a few more snowbird travelers than not. What about for travelers that are actually seeking that winter wonderland?
Oh yeah, there's going to be a big demand in snowy locations, places where patient needs spike in winter, hospitals dealing with seasonal illnesses or fall-related risks due to the ice. So we're going to be talking about places like Colorado, New York, Montana, Washington, and up in the Northeast like Maine.
That's an important point. Even if you aren't wild about snow, the demand in those areas, and in turn, sometimes the pay, will be higher. So not a bad trade-off, especially when you think about how much there actually is to do in some of those wintry states. Did our directors say anything about that?
Yes. So for Colorado, they recommended hitting the slopes, going snowshoeing, or, just exploring all the charming mountain towns that the state has to offer. In New York, you're going to be more winter sports minded, snow tubing or ice climbing. And, you just really can't beat New York City's vibe if you want a snowy urban adventure. And in Montana, it's going to be breathtaking for winter, perfect for scenic drives or snowmobiling. And there's so many small towns that offer cozy local cafes and winter festivals to check out.
Sounds really cool. I'm already picturing the hot cocoa. Any other snowy adventure hotspots?
Definitely. So, Eastern Oregon or Washington, Wyoming, and Maine, these hidden gems are quieter than the big name ski resorts, but they can be just as magical. Snowmobiling in Wyoming, cross-country skiing in Maine, or, just exploring the less traveled trails in Eastern Oregon, it's going to give travelers a winter wonderland without the crowds.
Okay, so now the flip side. No snow at all. What's on the warm winter list?
Your warm winter escapes are going to include California, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. So, in California, you can go hiking, see the beaches, maybe go wine tasting in Napa Valley. Arizona, maybe check out some desert hiking or the Red Rocks. Just, enjoy the mild temps that the state has to offer. Florida, you're going to have beaches, paddleboarding, and so many outdoor festivals. Georgia, our director said maybe explore Savannah's historic district, or, they've got some mild winter trails in the North Georgia mountains that travelers can check out too. And, Texas has everything from Austin's live music scene to hilly country hikes. There's going to be something for everyone in Texas.
So, snow or sun, there's definitely something for everyone. But Brittany, can you go into more details about some of those hidden gems you mentioned?
Yeah. So hidden gems are smaller cities or rural areas that can offer higher pay and a slower pace of life. You get a chance to really enjoy the season without crowds. Plus, you get some unique experiences you won't find in the big cities. For example, think about Bend, Oregon for winter sports or small towns in Maine for cozy coastal vibes.
Sounds amazing. So, for both nurses and therapists, the key is kind of just to figure out what kind of experience you want in the winter.
Yes. And our directors emphasize that you should embrace your location. Try seasonal activities, explore local restaurants, attend those winter festivals, or, just enjoy the scenery during your days off.
Yeah. So one last question. If someone's listening and still can't decide snow, sun, pay, hidden gem, what's your advice?
I would say think about what you really want from this winter assignment. Is it adventure, relaxation, high pay, maybe a mix? Talk to your recruiter, weigh the options, and, pick the spot that'll make your winter memorable. However, on a personal level, I definitely lean towards warmer spots. What about you, Luke?
Honestly, I can go either way. I'm always down for some sunshine, but I can appreciate the snow as well.
And I'd say that just proves it. Whether you're skiing or hiking or relaxing somewhere on a beach, there's going to be something for every healthcare traveler this winter.
Perfect. Well, that wraps up today's episode of Charting Courses. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Brittany, thank you for all the insight as always, and all those destination ideas.
Anytime.
The perfect winter assignment is waiting for you. Just check out VenturaMedStaff.com to get connected with a recruiter. Happy winter, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to the Charting Courses podcast, brought to you by Ventura MedStaff. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a like, share it with your friends, and follow our channel so you never miss an episode.